Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I am Amal M, the founder CEO of Arjuna Group, which is an NGO working for youth empowerment, as well as director of Shriji Institute of Human Excellence. We are on a mission to enhance the family, relationships and social well-being of 1 million families. If you connect and resonate with this mission, please do subscribe on this channel. Today, I am going to discuss about why is it very difficult to have an ideal family experience in our own lives. Though we all want to have a very warm and loving family experience, but why is it difficult? I have divided this video in 3 parts, but just before I want to tell you that I am speaking from Parenting Teenagers for Wholesome Success. This is a book which I recently released. I'll tell more about the book a little time later, but let's continue our video for now. So there are 3 parts of this video. In the first part, I'll discuss with you what exactly is a family. And in that, we will discuss about what is an ideal family and why it becomes hard for us to actually have an ideal family experience. In the second part, I'll be discussing with you a beautiful story from Mahabharata to elaborate upon the challenges which come in creating the ideal family experience. And in the last section, part 3 of this video, we will discuss about what should you do to create a joyful family experience for yourself. So in the first part of this video, let us discuss what exactly is a family. So we are going to discuss the characteristics of being in a family. So see, one of the strongest human needs which we all have is to feel loved and to reciprocate love with others, isn't it? So family exactly is that place where you feel accepted, where you feel unconditional love coming towards you from the family members, where you feel an assurance of not being judged by others. So let's start writing this. So basically it's a place where you feel unconditional love coming towards you from the family members. It's a place where you feel accepted by the family members. It's a place where you feel that nobody will judge you. No one will judge you. Right? It's a place where you feel people are there for me. They will support me. You get support. They will support me. Yeah. You feel an assurance. You feel assurance of care coming towards you. Assurance of care. Right? So there is that affection, there is that bonding, there is that intimacy. There is that intimacy which you actually share. There is intimacy or the bonding between the family members. Right? That is the place which is called as a family. In fact, even before you ask for help in a family, the family members want to come and they want to go to the end of the earth to bring a smile on your face. That's exactly called as a family, isn't it? You experience selflessness among the family members. In fact, so much so that this extending spirit, this sacrificing spirit, this service attitude which is there among the family members, it binds the family members into one unit. The family makes you experience that oneness of purpose among each other. Right? One in purpose. So that's a family. Now you may say that, well, this is very wonderful, but our experience of being in a family may not be exactly matching like this. So we can say this is basically an ideal family, right? It's an ideal family. Yeah, in our life we might have the experience of kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. Sometimes, there is a lot of happiness in the family, but at other times you also know there is sorrow, there is dispute, etc. Right? So this is an ideal family. Now, in the part 2 of the video, let me discuss about what are the difficulties which we have that because of which we are not able to create this ideal family experience for ourselves. Is it really possible to create this experience? Well, yes, but then there are challenges, there are obstacles. For understanding this part, I'll take you to a beautiful story in the Mahabharata. Well, this story I have elaborated properly in this book, Parenting Teenagers, about which we'll tell about at the end. If you're liking this video, please give a like on this video. It will help this video to be known by others. It will help the YouTube algorithm. This story is about Queen Kunti and the Pandavas while they were in the forest. You know, after the Varna Vrata, where they were attempted to be burnt, so they had to run in the forest, and they were actually in the forest. So there, they had to take shelter of a family of a Brahmana. So there was a very broad-minded and selfless Brahmana, and he said, okay, you can share with me, you know. So his family was staying in one room, and in the other room the Pandavas were actually staying. So Kunti was very, very thankful to this Brahmana who gave her shelter along with the children, and she always thought that I want to do something good for this Brahmana. But then, you know, the time was passing and she was just looking for an opportunity. One day Kunti heard some sorrow, some sobbing, you know, coming from the other room, and she became very, you know, concerned. What happened? Why is this Brahmana family there crying? So she just went nearby and she stood near the door, and she was overhearing the conversation which was going on between the Brahmana and his family members. The Brahmana was sort of shouting in, you know, in a very angry tone. He was telling to his wife, I was telling you that we should leave this village from so long. From last so many years I have been telling you, let's leave this village. But you women, you are so attached to your family members. You wanted to stay here only, you know, to your native mother family, that you wanted to stay here in this village only. And now see what has happened. A calamity has fallen upon us. He was blaming her for the condition which they are put in. So, but then after some time, he said to the wife and the children that, well, whatever it is my duty to protect all of you. It is my dharma, and therefore I will sacrifice my life for saving all of you. And then the wife started crying and said, wait, no, I can't let this happen. While I am your wife, it's my dharma to actually sacrifice myself for the happiness of the family members. I will go to, you know, to the Rakshasa. So Kunti was overhearing. She was not understanding what's happening. Brahmana said, no, till the time I am alive, how can I see my wife dying in front of me? I will protect you. I will go and get eaten by the Rakshasa. What had happened that time was that there was a Rakshasa living in that village, nearby that village. And he would come and attack the people of the village several times, and he would just kill and eat so many people, right? So therefore the village people, they came together and they had a peace treaty with this Rakshasa that you don't come anytime and every time to the village and pick up people. We'll do one thing. Every day, one of the, you know, every week, one of the family members, you know, one of the family will sacrifice one person, and we will send to you to that person. You can eat him, and we'll also give you the truck full of fruits, vegetables and several other eatables. So this is the way you can remain satisfied. Every week, turn by turn, the different families would take turn, and one person from that family would go to be sacrificed to that Rakshasa. Now after, so this way there were many families, so the turn of each family would come after many years probably, right? So now next day was the turn of this family, and therefore the family members were discussing who will be that person who will go and get eaten by the Rakshasa. And therefore the Brahmana was saying, no, it's my duty to protect. And the wife was telling, no, how can I see my husband dying? I will go and I'll get sacrificed. So while this was going on, Kunti was still hearing. And the daughter of the Brahmana, she stood up and said, well, I have heard from the Shastras that the duty of the girl is actually to serve his family, her family members. So in front of me, my mother and father, the family members, I should do something for them. The daddy, mother, I am the one who is going to go and be sacrificed for the Rakshasa. You both be rest in peace. You know, this will be my dharma. I will be able to do my dharma this way. And then the family, all the family members are crying and sobbing this way. Suddenly when all of them were crying, the small son who was just 3-4 years old, he was hardly able to speak a few words. That boy, he just stood up and said, well, why all of you have to become so upset? Don't you know I am so strong? I am the one who is going to go and fight with the Rakshasa, and I will kill him. And none of you have to have any problem. And all of the family members, you know, they all started laughing on that. This seeing that mood of the, you know, the situation changing, Kunti Maharani just came over there and she said, well, I heard that you are in some trouble. Well, I have a request to you, he said to the Brahmana. Brahmana said, my dear lady, please tell me, what should I do for you? You are our guest. So Kunti said, you know, I have 5 sons and you have only 2 children. So I just request you that please allow one of my sons to go in place of you all as a bait for the Rakshasa. Let one of my sons go. And as soon as the Brahmana heard this, he said, what? It is not possible. It is our dharma to protect you because you are our guests. Atiti Devo Bhava. How can we actually, ask one of you to sacrifice your life for us? It is not possible. I will go to hell if I do this. So Kunti said, no, please understand. Actually, you have done so much for us. Now it is a time that I want to serve you in some way. You are not pushing us to sacrifice ourselves. It is me who is asking you. So please allow us, please allow us to go. And Brahmana was not agreeing. Then Kunti said, actually, one of my sons, his name is Bhima. And he is very, very powerful. He has power of 10,000 elephants in his hands. And in the past also, he has killed many Rakshasas. So please, I want to assure you that nothing will happen to my son. He will also be alive. In fact, the Rakshasa will be killed. And therefore, the entire villagers also will be saved for all time to come. Hearing that, somehow the Brahmana agreed for this. You see, this is a story, the story goes ahead. But now let us talk about some lessons in this. In this story, we have a real-time situation of what happens in a family. Yes, they were trying to create an ideal family atmosphere, but were there no disputes? Was this Brahmana who was so selfless, who was so genuine, but still he was actually quarreling with his wife in the opening scene, if you could hear, right? So he was blaming his own wife, he was insulting her in front of her children. But because it was, he was in such a troubled situation, he couldn't keep his calm. But however, you still see he followed his dharma. He immediately, when he saw that no, it is his dharma that he should go and protect the family, he was steadfast on the dharma. So therefore, we have to know that in the family, sometimes there could be ups and downs, that as we saw in this particular situation. Yet, if we follow our dharma, then what will happen? We can again create the ideal family situation. Further, we see that each of the family members, the Brahmana, his wife, his daughter and the son, see, all of them, they are actually talking about their duty or their dharma. So we learn that to the extent we will focus upon and we commit to the dharma of relationships. To that extent, the ideal family experience can be, experienced by all of us together in the family. Now we are in the part 3 of the video, where we are going to discuss what should you do to create that joyful, loving experience in your family. But before I go ahead, if you like the story which I spoke from the Mahabharata, please do like the video. It will help many people to discover this video. Please subscribe this channel because we keep making these videos every week and publish them for your benefit. So we learned from the story that we should commit to the dharma of relationships. This is very, very important. In order to create that ideal family experience, there will be challenges. But to the extent we are actually committing to this dharma of relationships, we will find that we still can go back to that ideal experience. In our personality, we will always find that we have the dark side, right? So there is a dark side in our personality, but also there is the bright side of ourselves. Like we always find this too, right? There is a tug between the two. So there is a bright side, right? And there is the dark side. So by committing to the dharma of relationships, what exactly are we doing? We are reducing the dark side and we are enhancing the bright side of ourselves to create that ideal experience. What comes under the dark side of our personality? So we have the ego, which creates differences, right? The ego which we have. So also our self-centeredness, right? Self-centeredness or selfishness which we have. This is all which divides the family actually. This creates problems in the family, right? So ego, self-centeredness, or we have like anger, etc. Right? So this is all basically what creates the problem, in the family. Whereas the bright side, which we should enhance, which is like tolerance, right? Tolerance. So these are the things which we have to enhance by committing to the dharma of relationships. Also, sacrificing or service attitude, right? Service attitude. Also, something like empathy for other family members. So here you could say that on the dark side, anger, or we can say judgment, quick judgmental, judging others, judgmental attitude. Right? Yeah. So this is what we have to do is reduce the dark side and enhance the bright side. I have discussed all of this in great details. Like you may say that, okay, can you also explain what's exactly I'm supposed to do further to reduce the dark side and bright side? I understood this. Yes, there is a lot of discussion which I have in this book, Parenting Teenagers for Wholesome Success. In this book, you will find how to create the ideal family. It's about family well-being, social well-being, and especially about parenting and raising our children to become responsible, successful individuals. Those individuals which will contribute to society, who are character-centered, right? So you'll find lots of jewels of wisdom in this book. If you want to buy this book, in the description below, you will find the link in the Amazon from where you can purchase this book. On this channel, I'll keep making various videos about family, social and relationship well-being from different, not just from my own book, but from various other sources. I do a lot of research from the Vedic scriptures, the Indian traditional wisdom, as well as from the modern wisdom available in the sociology, psychology and the various research papers published for this particular purpose. So you can please subscribe this channel. You can please like this video. Please share this video with others. It would really help many others to actually also learn this wisdom. And please do remember, if you want to buy this book, in the description there is a link. Thank you so much for today.